about this? How about this? Should I do it, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw him.
Screw him.
You did coke before we went down. You did. He told me and you had to go do a line before we went on. And I'll stick by my reputation on that. That's what you did. And you know what? I hope you get investigated. Because I guarantee if they search that little they'd probably find a fucking kilo.
I got this rat, this gnawing, key-eating fucking rat.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Drumr828, and I'm back with another video. Now, you may have noticed on my last video, it did pretty damn good. It got over 200,000 views in less than a week, and it even got featured on Drama Alert.
So there you have it. But apparently there was problems with the game as well, which a lot of Ethan's fans had problems with. A smaller YouTuber known as Drumr explained it better in a video titled H3H3 Fans Rage Quit H3H3 Productions. Here's a clip of that video. Roll.
Needless to say, all my buddies online were pretty happy for me. However, there was one person from my past that was absolutely furious to see me make it on a Drama Alert. Tommy C. He's the host of the failing YouTube show with an ever-shrinking audience, Shot from the Point. Tommy actually used to be on the Baited podcast, which was, at its time, the biggest podcast on YouTube. It consisted of Keem, Colossal is Crazy, and Tommy C for pretty much just a laugh track. He didn't actually contribute much to the show at all. However, once the show got extremely popular, Tommy fucked it all up by becoming greedy and demanding more money without actually adding anything to the equation. So when Tommy's greed ruined the dynamic and essentially destroyed the show, he went off on his own and took what little notoriety he had gained from the show to try and start his own thing up. And that's where Shot from the Point came from. And that's where I got to know Tommy. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty embarrassed to say it now, but at one point in time, me and Tommy were pretty cool with each other. That is, until I criticized Tommy. He went absolutely apeshit and couldn't believe that I had the balls to call him out on something that he had done. But that's kind of my MO. I mean, I've always said and made it well known that I don't care who you are, how big your subscriber base is, or how overinflated your ego happens to be. If you do something I don't like, I'll let you know about it. And one critique from me was enough for Tommy to lose his shit, but ever since then he's ranted and raved about how I'll never make it on YouTube. Well, seeing me on Drama Alert really must have activated his insecurities, because just the other day, a Tommy C fan threatened to ruin my career by sending Keem private DMs between me and Tommy in which I talk shit about Keem. You want to know who knows more than anyone how much shit I used to talk about Keem? Keem. Because I talk shit directly to him. Like I said earlier, I don't care who you are, how big your subscriber base is. If I happen to have a problem with what you're doing, I'll tell you straight to your face. You see, back then, I pretty much believed all the bullshit that came out of Tommy's mouth. And Tommy had me absolutely convinced that Keem was evil, that Keem was the bad guy. And I was an absolute cunt to Keem on Twitter and on YouTube on a regular basis. And it got so bad to where he just blocked me. And you know what? I don't blame him. So this threat that came from a Tommy C fan about leaking private conversations between me and Tommy from a long time ago came from the YouTuber Nick Diorio, a morbidly obese teenager that loves cookies so much he named himself after one. Now apparently he's new to the whole making YouTube videos thing and he wants to throw his hat into the ring and get involved. But let me tell you something, Nick. You're off to a bad start. You've already attached yourself to a sinking ship, and now you want to leak private conversations that aren't even relevant today. I'm giving you a little bit of advice here. You don't want to do that. If you want to associate and communicate with other YouTubers, people need to feel like they can trust you. And this is not the kind of move to make to garner that kind of trust. The way I look at it, Nick, you have two options here. You can leak the conversations, and it won't really do anything to me, but it will prove that both you and Tommy leak private information and can't be trusted. But it would be like you taking your shirt off to go swimming. Nobody cares to watch that. Or you can save yourself and play it off as a troll. Recant your current trajectory and just claim that you never had those DMs and you never planned to leak them in the first place and that it was all just a big misunderstanding. Because honestly, you don't want this kind of reputation. Just ask Tommy's buddy Kraut how leaking information worked out for his reputation. But enough about Boogie2988 Jr. Let's get back to Tommy. Am I surprised this spineless rat pulled this kind of cheap shot? No, not at all. Tommy is treating this whole thing with me and Keem working things out like a salty ex. Oh, my girlfriend found a new man. Wait till I tell her what he used to say about her. I'm not surprised by any of this. Tommy has a long-standing reputation of leaking private conversations between him and other YouTubers in order to create content for his failing show. In fact, he's so notorious for leaking private DMs that he's even had to address it on his show.
I don't owe you privacy. I don't owe you privacy when you fuck me over on a weekly fucking basis. And let this be a lesson to everybody. And I've had this, the long-time messages guys know this. They 100% know this. I don't follow the golden rule. It's bullshit. It's like saying there's honor among thieves. There's no honor among fucking thieves, right? My privacy is reserved to my friends. If you tell me something, right, and you contradict that what you told me, and it hurts me or my friends, I'm dropping.
Damn right.
Every fucking time. This is the second show I've had to do this. I am not going to allow Chad to fucking ruin my reputation and go on a podcast with the idea of the Last Baited podcast was to be able to destroy what I have to say, and people don't believe me. You're trying to you're active and complicit in trying to destroy my reputation, and now you're acting like this is the fucking end of the world? Is it worse than what Keemstar did to me? Well, yeah, I guess dropping your DMs is much worse than fucking calling me out my child support.
You see, Tommy has completely isolated himself from the YouTubers that used to come to his show on a regular basis because he cannot be trusted. Especially at this point in his career, it's hit an all-time low. He's literally using anyone around him to try to drum up controversy. Even friends, even people who haven't done anything wrong to him, he'll use those people too. Tommy's views were getting low and Nerd City had just put out a big video about Jake Paul. So Tommy does a stream dedicated to poking holes in Nerd City's video, knowing that Nerd City would be in the chat and would be forced to come onto the show in order to defend his points.
I hate doing stuff like this, and I rarely do. But the last show that we did not crack 2,000 views. And, well, that's not really normal for us. We usually get anywhere. Usually in a bad day, we'll get 4,000 to 5,000 views if we're not in the recommendeds.
This gave Tommy the opportunity to put featuring Nerd City in his title and still appear somewhat relevant and pull views.
This simply comes down.
Clickbaiting, because he said I fucked up or something in it.
Yes, he did, right? And you said Jake Paul broke the law. So I mean, you know,
I didn't say he broke the law. I said if it was broadcast, it would break the law.
In the title, not in the title. You said that.
I didn't say it in my title at all.
Okay.
And I said that with my mouth in the video.
All right. I mean, I don't think it was that.
Jeez, with the gotcha stuff, guys. There's so much funny shit in there. Okay.
So it doesn't even matter if you've done anything bad to Tommy. He'll still use you if it'll help him social climb. Tommy's had a habit of keeping a record of anyone, friend or acquaintance, that communicates with him, so that when they find out what a piece of shit Tommy is, he can use anything that they've said or confided in him in trust against them. So recently, Tommy's show has hit an all-time low. He is really hurting for views and subscribers. And he's noticed there's quite a bit of a commotion over in the blood sports community, and he's kind of putting his toe in the water over there. He's really buddied up to Tonkasaw and is consistently sucking the Kumate's dick on a regular basis. He's also going out there and trying to white knight for Kraut. I mean, the guy can't help but trip himself up over his own stupidity. But I really think him trying to kind of get involved in the blood sports community and get to know people is probably the worst mistake Tommy's ever made. Because what he seems to be completely ignorant of is the story of Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska was a spineless opportunist, much like Tommy. And for a while, Baked Alaska was kind of in the whole circle of the blood sports community. That is until he revealed himself to be a cowardly rat. During a live stream on the Kumite, where People within the blood sports community were trying to give him helpful advice and constructive criticism, and nobody was really attacking him, but he took it personally. He became incredibly insulted, and from out of nowhere, he decided to show his true spineless nature and decided to rat on one of the people that was just trying to give him constructive criticism.
No, I was gonna get people to head onto your stream last night, and we were waiting for you.
It never started.
You never started it.
He is a backstabber. I'm friends with.
I'm trying to help. If you don't want to hear my advice, that's cool.
You came on here and said my career is like the Hindenburg blimp.
I said
going down in flames.
That's accurate.
I'm trying to help you pull it up, and I think
no, you're not. You're a backstabber.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
No.
Hear me out. Bake,
no,
please.
No, I'm not hearing you out.
Right, okay, dude,
I'm not hearing you out because I'm done with you.
Fine, okay.
You're
fine.
a cokehead, okay?
No, I'm fucking not. Fuck out of
Yes,
here.
you are. Okay.
Fuck out of here.
You guys want to talk about drugs? Let's talk about drugs.
So
let's talk about drugs right now.
Hang on. I told a few stories how I did that.
No, you did not do a few stories. Oh, lying now.
What are you talking?
Oh, he's freaking out. He's melting down.
It was a spineless cheap shot that had really no relevance to the conversation at all. Baked Alaska just wanted to damage the reputation of somebody who was trying to help him out because his ego couldn't take it. So what happened to Baked Alaska? Everyone turned against him. Nobody likes a rat. He was basically chased off the internet. Channel over. Are you starting to sweat yet, Tommy? You are the Baked Alaska of the commentary community.
All right, how about this? Should I do it, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw him.
Screw him.
You did coke before we went down. You did. You told me and you had to go do a line before we went on. And I'll stick by my reputation on that. That's what you did. It's true. You told us that. And you know what? I hope you get investigated. Because I guarantee if they search that little they'd probably find a fucking kilo. How do you like that troll? So yeah, I'm saying it. Put it in big lights. I got to go do a line.
This is a warning to all YouTube creators, big and small, that think it's a good idea to associate with Tommy C. Tommy views all acquaintances as assets to be used in his quest to regain the notoriety that he once had. You can't trust him. Anything you say or do will be used against you in the social climbing exploits of Tommy C.
You dirty rat. Snitch. Stool pigeon. Informer. Squealer. You dirty rat.
Hey, this is Drumr828. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps the video survive on YouTube. Also, subscribe to keep up with the channel, and turn on the notification bell to instantly find out about new videos. I make music, motovlogs, comedy, live streams, and anything else I feel like doing. I want to give a special thank you to Reamce, Breakdanceexpress, and EarJuice for their continued support of this channel every month through Patreon. Thank you so much. Their support keeps this channel going.